And let's talk to the man right now. Donald Trump joins us by phone. Mr. Trump, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let me talk to you about Corey Lewandowski. This is a guy who's been given an awful lot of credit for getting you where you are right now with your hands on the Republican nomination. He's credited with this whole strategy of let Trump be Trump. You were on this show during a time when he was under fire for this assault charge. You said, I am loyal to this guy. He's got a family. I stick with my people. What do you want to see me do? Discard him? And now he's been discarded. Why?
Well, I was loyal, and I still am loyal. He was excellent. He did a very good job. I spent much less money than anybody else. I mean, we should take that into a factor. And I beat everybody else. And, you know, that's a good thing. I would stand up at certain rallies. I'd say I spent far less than this one or that one.
Yeah, but in terms of Corey Lewandowski, is this personal? Is this a political view or philosophy? Or did this boil down to something personal? It's been reported that your family members, including your daughter, did not want him in the campaign anymore.
That's absolutely true. Ivanka has great respect for him, and so does my family. We like him. We had a great victory. Hey, Matt, I got more votes than anybody in the history of the Republican primary.
One second. You just said something. I want to make sure you know what you just said. You said that's absolutely true, that Ivanka didn't want him in the campaign.
No. Well, what I said, I was reversing it. I said it's true that Ivanka really respects Corey, and it's absolutely true, and she likes Corey. And I read all these reports about the children and about, you know, all of this. It's all nonsense. It's absolute nonsense.
But Donald, it sounds like you're saying everything's great with Corey, and yet the undeniable fact is that Corey has been fired from your campaign.
No, we're going
Why?
in a different direction because this is now different. The primaries, I ran them very lean. I spent very little money. I won in landslides, biggest vote in history, and won in landslides, and Corey was absolutely perfect for that. We have, to this day, you saw his interviews yesterday, we have a great relationship, but we're going in a different direction. Corey is excellent.
I mentioned he's the guy who really believed in let Trump be Trump, let him go out there and speak his mind, and that got you a lot of success during the primaries. Does this signal with him out that you're not going to do the let Trump be Trump anymore, that you're going to change your tone for the general election?
I don't think so, Matt. I think I have to be who I am. I don't want to be a phony like a Hillary Clinton where she reads stuff that's written up by high-priced talent. I don't want to be that. I want to be what I am. And new polls just came out, and I'm right there. I'm right, you know, with the horrible few weeks I have from the press. I mean, the press is treating me unbelievably unfairly. And with all of that bad press that I've had over the last couple of weeks, and it's, believe me, that's manufactured press, 100%. I've had days where there should have been good deals and good days, and the press comes out negatively. With all of the press, I'm right there in the poll. CNN just announced the poll. I'm right there. Pennsylvania, Ohio, we're practically even.
We just mentioned they're dead heat. Ohio, in fact, is tied. But let's talk about another measure of the last month that you've had, and that is campaign fundraising. The FEC, these federal disclosure forms came out and show you with the $1.3 million raised on hand, compared to $42 million in Hillary Clinton's war chest. Now, you understand money, the importance of money. It helps you mount a professional campaign, and it's a sign of whether people are supporting you. So how do you explain those lackluster results?
Okay, let me just tell you this. I understand money better than anybody. I understand it far better than Hillary, and I'm way up on the economy when it comes to questions on the economy. But we have a party that, I mean, I'm having more difficulty, frankly, with some of the people in the party than I have with the Democrats, because they don't want to come on. They will probably eventually come on. Honestly, if they don't, it's just fine. I can win it either way. I mean, I may be better off winning it the opposite way than the more traditional way.
Can you win it if she raises 42 times
Savannah,
what you have?
I've raised a lot of money, but you also have to have some help from the party. But I've raised a lot of money. We raised $12 million this weekend. I was in Texas. I was in Arizona. I was in Las Vegas. We raised a lot of money this weekend. I made like 4 or 5 stops, and I'm raising that money for the party. Now,
well, you
if it gets to a point, Matt, excuse me, if it gets to a point, what I'll do is just do what I did in the primaries. I spent $55 million of my own money to win the primaries, 55. Now, you know, that's a lot of money. I mean, by even any standard. I may do that again in the general election.
You just said you're having...
Excuse me, Matt. I have a lot of cash, and I may do it again in the general election. But it would be nice to have some help from the party.
Well, you just mentioned the party. So Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House, after a lot of hemming and hawing, came out and said he would vote for you. Then on Sunday on Meet the Press, he sounded as if he was waffling a bit. He told delegates in the Republican Party that they should vote their conscience, which is not exactly saying get out there and vote for our nominee who will be Donald Trump. You said famously a long time ago that he'll support you, and if you don't have his support, he'll have problems. Does he have problems now?
Paul, first of all, he didn't say support me. He endorsed me. And so did Mitch McConnell endorse me. With that being said, I'd like to see great support. And if I don't have great support, I'll go a different route. Look, everyone said you could never get to 1,237 delegates. And you know that better than anybody. They said you can't get to 1,237 delegates because there's 17 people in the race. That's the primary reason. I ended up at 1,570 approximately. 1,570, way above the 1,237 that people said you couldn't get. Now new polls just come out, and despite the fact that I'm being treated horribly by the press, I'm practically even with Hillary Clinton, and she had the best 2 weeks of her life.
All right, Donald Trump. Mr. Trump, we appreciate you on the phone this morning. Thank you
very much.
All right.